Hey there, YouTube. Darstacker here. Doing an interview with Ninja Stacking, one of my friends. We hang out in Stormy's and Guido's auctions frequently. Very funny guy, very creative. I encourage you to check out his channel. He does a lot of coin reviews, and you got to check out his intro at the very least. He's a very, very creative guy. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Darth? I appreciate that, man. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well. I'm glad I got a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm sure. Well, I hope that you've seen some of my other interviews, and the purpose really is like for people to get to know you, to get your intro story, and just to know a little bit what you're about.
Sure, cool. Yeah, I'm a blue collar guy. I work hard for my money, and I came into this hobby, and I store my wealth in precious metals. I'm a family guy. I have two little girls. One of them's five. One of them's four, and I've been trying to get them into it as well. And it's pretty cool seeing them get excited about coins and things we get in the mail as well, and we're starting to get them a little stack going too.
So, how did you get into stacking and collecting?
um I actually started out in crypto as in this community. That's kind of a cringeworthy word. A lot of people don't like crypto, but it's funny because I mean I've kind of had this view of kind of a collapsing dollar and things like that. It's in my opinion, it's bound to happen. And I started looking for other ways to kind of store my wealth, I guess. And one of my buddies at work, he was telling me about Bitcoin and stuff like that. And I kind of got into crypto and Bitcoin and stuff like that. And then I don't know. And then I kind of wanted to diversify a little bit and not put all my eggs in one basket. And I saw, on a lot of these precious metal sites, you could buy precious metals with your crypto. So I made my first purchase. It was actually a gold eagle was my first purchase, and then right after that, I ordered a tube of American silver eagles, and then I started getting into the Instagram side of it and started meeting some people in the community, and I just realized this was a really amazing community, and started meeting some of the people here, and I got hooked, man.
Yeah, you and international stackers share that as like you have that in common that you got into crypto first and then got into stacking, and I think most people it's the opposite.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's I know crypto. It's kind of a speculative thing, and it's kind of
Extremely,
a
yeah.
turn off to a lot of people, especially I think in the precious metals world. Um, I don't know. I mean, I kind of see a use for it, and I kind of see the world going in a digital kind of in a digital direction. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
everything's digital anymore. I mean, you can't you can't even go to a video store anymore. Really, everything's digital. So I think it's just a matter of time before you know we do become a cashless society. And I mean, I'm not saying we're going to be a complete cashless society and precious metals will be phased out or anything like that. I obviously see great value in both, but I just choose to diversify.
Yeah, well, diversification is the key for anything. You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, for sure.
So, would you call yourself a stacker, a collector, flipper, or a prepper?
Actually, when I first got into it, I got into it almost with a prepper mindset. I just just to prepare myself for you know SHTF kind of scenario and things like that, and then I kind of got into the collecting side, and I got drawn into the dark side. So yeah, man. I mean, when I look at my stack, it's the majority of my stuff is kind of a collector type thing. I mean, I don't know. I buy what I like, I guess. I mean, it's got advantages and disadvantages. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're stacking for weight, obviously that's not the way you want to go. But also, I mean, you could flip things as well. I mean, they're like, I mean, you saw what happened with that Zeus coin that came out today. That was nuts. It came out. It was like 30, I think somewhere around $34, and then same day it went up to like 60. I want
Wow.
to say 60 something. I don't know if you've seen that, but
I saw the ads for it, but I didn't go check to see the price yet. That was on my list of things to do. Sounds like it's too late, huh?
yeah, it's too late. It's sold out. I
Oh
mean,
man,
I'm
that was quick.
pretty sure the secondary markets are going to be pretty crazy with that one. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean, yeah, I came into it as a kind of a prepper mentality, and I like I said, I got drawn to the collector side of it, and then I met a few people in the community. Actually, like one of the first people I met was Graham Stacker, and I mean everybody knows Graham. He's a
Yeah, it's a
really
great
great
guy.
guy. Yeah, and then he got me to start checking out stacking stormtroopers auctions, and you know from there I have a blast just interacting with everybody and just hanging out. And
Right.
I mean, to me, this is the best community in the world. Like I said, I came from the crypto world, and it doesn't compare, man. Like this community, it's we all have like this bond and friendship, and it's like nothing in the world. So
Yeah, if you've seen any of my videos, you've seen me say that this community is the most generous and supportive community I've ever been involved with. People that watch all my interviews are probably gonna get tired of hearing me saying it, but I can't help it. Like you go into an auction, you may have shoot the breeze with somebody, make a few jokes, and then you're bidding against somebody on an item, and then they beat you on it, and then they say, "Well, just go ahead and send it to Darth." It's just
true.
crazy that the people you never knew, you never met, you don't know anything about them, and you're going to send them a $50 piece of silver.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you would think in this kind of community where we're kind of hoarding gold and silver and things like that, people would be greedy, but it's quite the opposite.
Yeah,
And that's what draws me to this community, and that's what makes it fun. I mean, it's it's like we all have this like friendship and common bond over this hobby, and it's something amazing.
right. Yeah, I talk to Guido and Stormy like once or twice a week in their auctions, and then texting and stuff, and so I talk to them probably more frequently than I talk to my real life friends.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, they're great guys. I talk to them quite a bit too online, and I've made quite a bit of friends in this community, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Absolutely. How did you get your channel name, and what got you to do that theme? It's very cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I grew up a '90s kid. I was born in the '80s. Kind of grew up in the '90s. Hooked on things like Ninja Turtles and things like that, and hanging out in the video arcades, playing like Street Fighter and stuff. So like the theme kind of comes from Street Fighter, and I've always been into like martial arts movies and stuff like that, and
Did you
I've
ever
trained
train?
martial arts a little bit too. And
Yeah, what styles you training?
when I was younger, I was training like Taekwondo and stuff like that, and competed a little bit.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I got into like Muay Thai, kickboxing, and jujitsu. And then I got to train with some pretty well known names, like in the UFC. Like I trained for quite a few years under Dwayne Ludwig, which he's a great guy, and that's part of where my name came from too. Because training there, he calls us all his ninjas and stuff like that, and like, yeah, he's that guy. He's hilarious, but yeah, I mean, martial arts was always a passion of mine, and then kind of got older and started my family and stuff like that, and I was still kind of training a little bit, and yeah, I kind of damaged my eye.
Oh no.
Gym a little bit, and then my wife kind of thought it was time for me to hang it up. So
Oh,
got
that's,
a
that's too
family to
bad.
take care of. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's always a passion of mine, but I got to take care of my family and my health at the
Right.
same
Yeah.
time.
So, what's your favorite things to collect and stack?
My favorite things, um, I don't know. I mean, just things that catch my eye that like I'm I know a lot of people are probably gonna hate on me for this, but I mean, I'm not super into like constitutional. I don't
No.
have a
Huh.
ton of constitutional. It's crazy though, because my daughter, my 5-year-old, she loves Morgans. Like I take her to the coin shop and she has to get a Morgan. She calls them Morgan girls. But
That's cute.
yeah, and then yeah, my little 4-year-old, she likes like Mercury dimes and things like that. But I don't know. Like I said, I got drawn to the dark side and the collector kind of side of it, and you know,
So you like the semi-numismatics, like the series
I,
to collect?
yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fun. Yeah, Yankee refers to them as ice cream cones. They're like your dessert.
Yeah, yeah, I'm into the ice cream cones. I got a bit of a sweet tooth, so
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody's in this hobby for their own reason, and we have just the overall collecting, stacking themed in common. So it doesn't matter what you like. Collect what you like. Don't let anybody else intimidate you or pressure you into doing something else.
that's what I always say too. And I mean, the collector side, like I mentioned, you know, that's the kind of stuff you could flip, and if you want to add weight, you could flip it and buy some, eagles or whatever your goals are. I mean, if you get in at the right time, those are the kind of things that you could flip.
Right. Yeah, those are the things that are going to go up in value over the short course. Um, Doing like constitutional, if you're going to try and flip that, you got to get lucky. You got to find the right piece that's in the right condition, and hopefully the guy that's selling it doesn't realize how much he has, what he's got
It
there. And like, I don't like to take advantage of anybody, but uh,
takes a lot of patience and knowledge, which
right.
I have neither of those.
So, do you have a piece that you would call your white whale, the thing that you've been after for a long time, and you can't find it, or it's too expensive, or
Yeah,
just failed?
I'm a big fan of like I said, like the collectible stuff, and I'm a big fan of Shadow Stack on YouTube. You ever watch his channel?
No.
I think he's from like the UK. But man, that guy, I mean, I think he started out in crypto too, and that's why he's able to afford a lot of the stuff he has. But check his channel out. He has like some amazing like collectible gold pieces and stuff like that. He has like a lot of the Rwanda like gold coins and stuff like that. And like, man, one coin I really like is that Rwanda gold rooster, the year of the rooster. And man, you can't find that thing anywhere.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I'd have to say some of those gold Rwanda coins. They're a little high premium, but I'd have to say those are my white whales.
Well, that's cool. Do you have a plan to get there, or is it just a pipe dream?
Um, I'd have to say that's a pipe dream because they're pretty difficult to find, But I mean, I'm trying to stack more gold and stuff like that, and I've actually not been stacking that long. I haven't even been stacking a year. Like I've started maybe October of 2019, and I since I got into it, I take a little bit out of my check each week, and everybody goes at their own pace, and everybody has their own kind of budget and things like that. But my I'm fortunate to work at a place where I bust my butt, but the overtime's there if I want it, so I could work a little bit of extra overtime, and put a little bit of money aside each week and kind of work towards my goals.
Yeah,
And
that's a smart
that's
way to
kind
do
of
it.
yeah, it's kind of my plan. I hit up a little bit of OT each week and just set aside some money specifically, to buy precious metals or work towards getting another ounce of gold and stuff like that.
How's your wife? What does she think about your hobby? Is she supportive, or does she kind of discourage you spending so much time on YouTube and spending all the money?
Yeah, I mean, I think she was kind of feeling like that when I was, more into crypto and stuff like that, because she's kind of skeptical about it. And I definitely see why people are skeptical. But with like gold and silver, it it has value to everybody. Where crypto, it's kind of like a little thing, where not too many people are into it, or see the use cases or anything like that. And of course, it's skeptical. I mean,
Yeah.
speculative. I mean, not skeptical, but precious metals. I mean, precious metals have been valuable for thousands of years. So she kind of sees the value in that more, and you know, she kind of supports that a little more than the crypto side.
Well, that's cool. That's really cool. So, how do you get your kids involved? You have I'm sorry, did you say 4 and 5 year old?
Yeah, 4 and 5 year old. They're both girls. They started seeing the packages rolling in, and it's like Christmas every time we get something in the mail, and sometimes they like to help me open it and check it out and stuff. And they like the collectible stuff as well too, and they get really excited about certain things. And my little 4 year old, she loves like when we get like kookaburras and stuff like that. She calls them cuckoo bird coins. But, yeah, and then I started going to coin shops and stuff like that, and bring them along. And she likes to interact with the guys that work at the coin shop and stuff like that, and they're pretty nice to her. And they just get excited getting new coins, so it's pretty cool to see. And
Good.
you know,
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to hear that. Every time
yeah,
I go to a coin shop or a coin show, it's full of crusty old men. So
yeah,
it's good to see some some fresh blood being injected into the hobby.
yeah, for sure.
No offense to
Yeah,
the crusty old men out there, but
yeah. No offense, coach. It's like, but yeah, I mean, it's something I want to teach them at a young age. This paper stuff, I don't think it's going to last very long. You know what I mean? I mean, you ever listen to what's his name, Robert? The rich dad poor dad guy. He
yeah,
talks a lot about the devaluing of the dollar and stuff like that. And he talks a lot about silver and gold and Bitcoin as well. And it's scary stuff to think about, in the world that we live in today's age and stuff like that. But at the same time, you got to prepare yourself. It's good to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
yeah, totally. I can definitely see that. So, you think that there's a cashless, coinless society coming?
I think eventually, I mean, we're seeing coin shortages right now and stuff, and I don't think it's because we're leading to that right now. Obviously, like the mints have slowed down, and a lot of like mom and pop kind of shops have had to close up for now and stuff. And a lot of business isn't running like it used to, and that's where a lot of the coins and stuff circulated. So with those kind of things not operating right now, that's why I think we're seeing coin shortages. But I think eventually, I think, I mean, it's going to happen. I think it's just bound to happen. It's inevitable, I think. uh,
You think it's going to happen in our lifetime, or is this something that in the distant future?
oh I believe we'll see it in our lifetime. It's everything's heading into a digital direction. um Everything. I mean, music, movies, everything anymore. You stream it, you download it. I mean, a cashless society, I think, just makes sense. Which I'm not saying I want that, because at the same time, it's kind of a scary thing, a cashless society, because everything's digital, everything's traceable, everything you buy, you know, like precious metals. We deal a lot in the community, like peer-to-peer transactions, and I don't know if we're going to see as many peer-to-peer transactions if in a cashless society. I mean, we use PayPal, things like that. I mean, that's somewhat digital, but I mean, if we move to like a a currency that's controlled by an entity that's, traceable and things like that. There's like the kid that mows your lawn for $20, something like that. I mean, in a cashless society, I mean, stuff like that. Are we going to see that go away? I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
bound to have effect like that without question. And
Yeah,
the first short-sighted thing about it is like the numismatic part of it is just going to go away.
yeah,
Yeah, how are you supposed to collect the West Point Mint, America the Beautiful, anything that they're putting out right now that's obviously going to go away.
yeah, for sure.
You think 20, 30 years in the future when like pretty much we have like kids won't even know what a quarter is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is a scary thought. I mean, it's
It is.
a lot of territory that I don't think a lot of us have thought about yet, and I think a lot of people do want a digital kind of cashless society, but I think there's more negative that will come with it than positive.
Right. Well, I think it'll mean that the tax man will definitely get his claws into every aspect that is kind of below the radar now.
For sure. Yeah, I mean that's what I was kind of getting at with like hiring someone for a job around your house or something like that. Maybe somebody does something on the side or kind of a little side gig and they deal in cash, and I mean everything's gonna be taxed.
Right. So, who are some of the other YouTube personalities that you follow?
I'm a big fan of Spectacular. He's a really knowledgeable guy, really funny. Obviously, the Stacking Stormtrooper. That's somewhere I like to hang out and interact with everybody. I like Shadow Stack, like I said, just because, man, his stack is amazing. Like I said, you got to watch his videos. Um, I like Guido. There's this other guy, can't remember his name. I think it's like Darth Stalker or something like that. He's okay, he's all right. I like watching him sometimes.
Well, thanks.
Hey, Bullion, I mean, there's just too many to list, man. It's just a great community, and I mean, anytime I get a chance, I'm watching something. I never run out of things to watch just because there's so many good people in this community putting out like great content. I mean, it's just fun interacting with everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Have you met anybody from YouTube in person?
Not from YouTube. I've met somebody from Instagram. I bought a piece from a guy he pours. His name's Metal Man Bayer. Um, he poured this stormtrooper, like a dead stormtrooper helmet. I don't know if you've seen those. It's like a
No.
stormtrooper helmet that's like cracked open. You can see like the skull and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He he poured me that, and he did like a couple copper pours and some zinc and stuff for me. And I met him in person and picked it up. He does some really good stuff, but that's the only person I've met. I mean,
I kind of have this dream of setting up like I don't know, like a convention or just a group meetup, like maybe in Vegas or something like that, so that people from all over the country can show up in the same weekend and we can just hang out. But I think some people would be afraid of the obvious face reveal. Some people would rather
yeah,
spend the money on stacking versus spend the money going to Vegas. But I've got some people that would be for it, but I just don't know how many people would actually go through with it.
yeah. I mean, I've been saying the same thing, and I don't know if you follow Tommy from stacking.nyc on Insta. He does a lot of auctions and stuff on Instagram,
Yeah, a
but
little
he
bit.
puts every year like a get together in Vegas, and a lot of people come out to that.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, he stole my idea.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I'm sure he had it before I did, but so you're saying you got some copper and zinc and other precious metals. Like how much are you into those other than gold and silver?
I'm actually not too big into copper and zinc. The like those pieces I got from Metal Man Bayer, he threw the zinc in for free, and then he it was pretty cheap to get the copper ones too, so I just scooped those up. I have a few copper rounds here and there, and my kids have a couple copper rounds. But I'm mainly into gold and silver. A few times I thought about picking up some platinum or palladium, but I think I'm sticking to gold and silver.
So, do you think it's possible to predict precious metal prices? I mean, more than just like what could possibly happen tomorrow, like you say in the medium or the long term. Do you think that's you see tons and tons of videos of people saying, gold's going to be X by this date and silver's going to be Y by this date? Like, do you think that's really possible, or is it just a stab in the dark?
I mean, I think the majority of people are just kind of saying what they hope. Um, like you ever listen? Like I was talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad. He was talking about within a year. He says he thinks gold is going to be $3,000 and silver is going to be. I don't remember if he said 50 or 100. It was something crazy too. I mean, he knows his stuff, but at the same time, I mean, nobody really knows. There's a lot of indicators people use, technical analysis. People use things like Elliott wave theory or MACD on the charts. I think those kind of things work short term as like kind of filling out like the sentiment of the markets and things like that. But I mean, there's other indicators, that affect things like that. Like right now, the prices are going up, and I think what's going on in the world right now kind of plays a big role in that. But if things start opening back up and we start getting back to a more normal way of life, those analysis and things like that only go so far. There's too much. I think that impacts the price that we could for sure say it's going to be this price or that price. But over the long term, yeah, I definitely think the prices are going to go up. I mean, these precious metals are rare, whereas the dollar, it's infinite. So against the dollar, yeah, I believe the price is going to go up. It's kind of crazy to think about when we value precious metals in dollars. You know what I mean? Like gold is worth X amount of dollars when it should be the other way around. When we were on the gold standard, right? You used to be able to exchange your notes for its value in gold. It's just blows my mind that we live in a society in a day and age where we value gold in something that's not real, like dollars.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You'd think that we would go more towards something that's measurable and something more concrete than just this nebulous thing of like my dollar's worth this, not
Yeah,
like tied to something like the amount of gold that we have in reserve.
right, exactly.
But
Your dollar's value is based on your trust in the governments and the Federal Reserve and what they say that dollar's valued at. But if you've ever looked at a chart of the purchasing power of a dollar over the years, it's kind of a scary thing.
yeah, for sure.
So I mean that's part of what got me into precious metals
Yeah,
is
that's exactly why we stack.
yeah, yeah. It's a long-term thing. I don't really see an end game for me. I mean, I'm going to stack as long as I can and, you know, maybe retire, use it for retirement. And if not that, then, pass it down to my kids. And that's my plan with my stack.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm thinking too. I don't even into my retirement. I don't think I'll ever stop collecting and buying certain things. It just won't be to the level that I'm doing it now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you always have to have a hobby, even especially in the retirement years.
Right, right. So what do you got going with your channel? What's the future hold for your for a ninja stacking channel and for your stack?
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of just, just play it as it goes. I post things that I'm interested in, and I don't have a particular direction or anything, and I don't have a ton of subscribers or anything like that. But I value all the people that do watch my videos, and I'm not someone that really cares about numbers or things like that. I'm more interested in what I'm interested in, and I'm just here to share my journey. You know what I mean? And if people want to come along for that, then that's that's why I do it. And it's just a fun hobby, and like I said, like interacting with everybody and everything. It's what I like to do, and that's my main goal of my channel. Is just interacting with people.
Right? Yeah, I agree. That's why I started my channel. That's why I started doing auctions. Is not so much to rake in a ton of cash or to be monetized or anything like that. It was to just have a way to interact, another way to interact with the community.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't mind making a little bit of profit, but I'm not going to squeeze out every penny that I can out of every single thing that I sell, and I'm not going to take advantage of anybody. I'm just here
Yeah,
to interact with people, basically. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I it's a good way to kind of network and make friends that share the same interest as you. And like Guido did a video recently about, selling and stuff like that. And, you have to have friends in this community and things like that, because when it's time to sell, who are you going to sell to? You're going to sell to people that have the same interests as you. And, that's part of the reason why I started my Instagram page and my YouTube channel, uh, to share my passion with people that share it.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Agree with you 100%. So we were talking to Ninja Stacking, a really funny guy, very creative guy. Like I said in the beginning, you should definitely check him out. Watch some of his videos. I'm sure you'll subscribe. He's got a very cool theme. Um, his stickers are nice too. So definitely check him out. Uh,
Thanks, appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me, and you know, just I appreciate you having an interest in me and wanting to interview me. I'm a
yeah.
small guy, I'm not one of the big guys, so kind of crazy. Somebody wants to interview me.
Well, you're like I said, you're a funny guy. So you're always cracking me up in the auctions in the chat. So I thought it would be great to talk to you, and I was right.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Alrighty, so definitely check out his channel, and my next auction is July 22nd, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Come on by to hang out, shoot the breeze, buy some silver, win some silver, and with that, we will say adieu.